My dear students, welcome back to school. I'm happy to see you all and welcome to our amazing Junior 4. Okay, I hope that you're excited this year. So I hope you enjoyed this year to the utmost. And today I want to have a light start. So I'm going to start with a very, very easy and exciting comprehension. Do you love comprehension? I'm sure that you do. Okay, so we're going to have a very easy comprehension today. It's talking about our daily routine. Okay, who knows what's the meaning of daily routine? To understand the meaning of daily routine, let's see this nice picture. This is our friend, and this is the things that you do every day or frequently. This is your daily routine. Like, for example, you get up, you have a shower, you eat your breakfast, you go to work or you go to school, you do the shopping with your mom and dad, or you go to your trainings at the club, you walk the dog. Okay, or if you love reading, this is also one of your daily routine. It should be one of your daily routines. Having dinner, having lunch, watching TV, going to bed early, especially because you're starting your new year at school. So you have to sleep early and wake up early so you can come to school focused and attentive and participating in the class happily and actively. Okay, so this is almost the daily routine, the things that you do all the time and every day. Okay, today we are going to look at our friend here. You see, she's a very lovely girl. Her name is Susan. We know from the title, Susan's daily routine. So we're going to talk about the things that Susan loves to do every day or she does frequently. Okay, but before we read the text, we are going to do something very nice. To make it very easy for you to answer the questions, what I want you to do usually whenever you have a comprehension, I want you to go read the questions first before you read the text. And from the questions, you will get like a hint or a small idea about what is the text talking about. Okay? And you will know about the characters joining in the story or found in the text, and you know about the events happening in this text. All of this you're going to have an idea about it by reading the questions first. And this will make it easier for you to answer the questions, because once you read the questions and then you go and read the text, you will directly find the answers as long as you're reading and you're going through the text. So here we're going to start. The first questions that we're going to have are a true or false question. Okay, of course you're going to see which sentence is wrong and you're going to correct it with the correct answer once you read the text. So I will just go through and read. Susan gets up at 8:15. At the weekend she goes to her father's house. Her classes start at 7:30. She goes to the cinema on Fridays. She doesn't love music. So from these sentences, I got to know that there is a girl named Susan, and we're talking about the things that she does all the time she gets up, what does she do on weekends, when does her lessons start, she goes to the cinema or no, she loves music or no, so something about her habits. Okay, this is the first part of the questions. The second part here, this is WH questions. How old is Susan? So of course I'm going to know about this from the text. What's her favorite subject? Is Susan good at sports? What is Susan's favorite day of the week? When does she go to the cinema? What time does Susan go to bed? Does Susan have a dog? Does she like music? Why does she always go to her father's house at the weekend? And how does Susan go to school? Okay, all of these questions, we're going to answer it while reading the text. Okay, so let's go back to the text up here, Susan's daily routine, and we're going to start reading. One of the questions that we already read is talking about Susan's age, and we already started here. She's 13 years old. Okay, she attends a big school near London. And her favorite subjects are science and physical education. Physical education, this is the PE class. Okay? All of you love PE class. So, she loves it, and she loves science. She's very good at sports, and she plays sports at the club and at the school. She got a very busy life because she practices a lot of things. Here he started talking about the things that she does daily. What is the time she gets up? And he said 7:30. 7:30 means what? Means 7:30. Okay, so she takes a shower, gets dressed, and at 8 o'clock exactly she goes to school. How does she go to school? She goes to school by car with her mother. Okay, and her classes at school start at 8:30. So she wakes 7:30. This is 7:30, and the classes start 8:30 means what? 8:30. Excellent. Her mother is a teacher at the same school where Susan goes to. Okay, once we reach this part, we're going to start talking about her routine. So he started to mention every day and what does she do on this day. So I have to concentrate very well, because you're going to be asked about the days she practices certain things. So here he started Mondays, and he said on Monday she has lunch at school with her friends. Okay, so this is what happens on Mondays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, she practices volleyball at the school's gym. Okay? And then he said, Wednesday, this is Susan's favorite day of the week. Why is it her favorite day? Because she has a dance class. Okay? And sometimes she has dinner with her father. So she does 2 things on Wednesday. She goes to her dance class, and she sometimes goes to have dinner with her father. Susan's parents are divorced. What's the meaning of the word divorced? Divorced means her parents are not living with each other anymore. They are separated. Each one is living in a different house. Okay? This is why she's staying with her mother and she goes to school with her mother, but at weekends and on Wednesdays, she goes to see her father. Okay? She lives with her mother, and at weekend she always goes to her father's house. So this happens on Wednesday. Yes, sometimes she her father on Wednesday. And at the weekends also she goes to her father's house. On Saturdays, Susan goes for a walk with her dog Nikita. So she takes the dog for a walk on Saturdays. After having lunch with her father, Susan goes to the cinema with some friends. This happened on which day? Having lunch with her father and going to the cinema with her friends. We are still talking about Saturday, because he already started the sentence on Saturdays, and then she walks the dog. This is number 1 activity that she does on Saturdays, and then after that the second activity is having lunch with her father, and then number 3 she goes to the cinema with some friends. All of this happens on Saturdays. At 4:40 p.m., this is every day, Susan goes home and listens to music in her bedroom. She loves music. And at 9:45 she goes to bed. That's why she's never late. Okay, she's always going to bed early. Let's take a quick look again at the questions. Okay, now after we read the text, let's answer the question that we read before the text. Here, question number 1, he said mark true or false and correct the false ones. Susan gets up at 8:15. Is this right or wrong? If you remember, we said that she wakes up, she gets up at, who remembers? Yes, she gets up at 7:30. So is this sentence right or wrong? Wrong. So I'm going to put an X, and I'm going to write the correct answer. I'll come here and write, what is the correct answer? At 7:30. Okay, this is the correct answer. Okay, let's see the second question. At the weekend, she goes to her father's house, and we said that this sentence is what? True or false? Yes, we said that she goes to her father on weekends. So I'm going to write here what? True. Okay? Let's see number 3. Her classes start at 7:30. What did we say? She already wakes up at 7:30. So her classes will start at 7:30? No, of course not. So I'm going to do wrong, and we said that her classes start at... who remembers? Yes, 8:30. That's correct. So I will write here 8:30. Let's see the sentence after. She goes to the cinema on Fridays. Do you remember what was the day she goes to the cinema? She does 3 activities on this day. She walks her dog, she goes to the cinema, and she got dinner with her father. Okay? So this was on, yes, Saturdays. So I will do here a cross, and I'm going to write on Saturdays. Okay, let's see the last one in the correction. She doesn't love music. Is it right or wrong? Yes, wrong, because we said that she loves music. So I will come here and I will write loves music. You can make it easier by doing like this, underlining the mistake. Okay, so here we corrected this one. Here I corrected the 7:30. Here I corrected Fridays, and when I will correct doesn't love into loves. Is it easy? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go to the second here. Here he's asking you questions and he wants you to answer the questions. How old is Susan? Do you remember? Yes, she is 13 years old. Okay, and let's see the question after this. What are Susan's favorite subjects? Do you remember I told you what? And I told you it's your favorite subject too? Yes, so science and physical education. And don't forget that the subjects should start with capital letters. So science and physical education are her favorite subjects, are her favorite subjects. Okay? Is Susan good at sports? Yes, we said that she loves sports, so I will write yes, she is. Okay, another question here. What is Susan's favorite day of the week? Do you remember? Excellent, class. Wednesday is her favorite day of the week. Okay, the question after, he's asking when does she go to the cinema? She goes to the cinema when? She goes to the cinema on Saturdays. Excellent. Also the days of the week, you make them capitalized, capital letters. What time does Susan go to bed? She goes to bed at, yes, 9:45. Does Susan have a dog? Yes, and we already said the name of the dog. So Nikita, right? So yes, she does. Okay. And another question here, does she like music? Again, yes, she does. Okay, another question here, he's asking, why does she always go to her father's house at the weekend? Why? Do you remember why we said that her father is living in a different house? Yes. Because her parents are what? The new word that we took, yes, divorced. Okay? Okay. The last question here about this text is, how does Susan go to school? And we said that she goes to school, huh? She goes to school by? Yes, by car. With whom? With her mother. So she goes to school by car with her mother. See how easy it became? Once you read the questions first and then you read the text and find all the answers, and you just write the answers of these questions. Okay, another question that you usually find with the comprehension text is find from the text. We don't have it here in the revision sheet, okay, but we can discuss it orally so you know how you can get the words needed from the text. Okay, first of all, he asks you about nouns. And nouns, those are the names of the things or the places or the people that is found inside the text. For example, if I look at this text that I have in front of me, the first name that comes in front of your eyes is Susan. Okay, so Susan, this is a name, this is a noun. Okay, I call it a proper noun because it's a name of a person. What other nouns do we have in this text? If I go by the sentence, I have the word school, I have London, this is a country and it's a noun, science, physical education, all of those are nouns. Okay, so if I tell you get me another noun, not the ones that I said, more nouns, you already have a lot of nouns inside the text. Volleyball, shower, classes, mother, teacher, all of those are nouns. Okay, the second thing that we usually ask you about is verb. Okay, a verb in the sentence, it could be any kind of verbs. It could be present simple, present continuous, past, past continuous, whatever tense you can find inside the text that you have. Since this text is a daily routine, it's present simple. Most of the verbs here you will find in the present simple. Like for example, the first line you have attends. What else? She is, so is a verb. She plays, plays is a verb. She has a busy life, has is a verb. Gets dressed, goes, all of those are verbs. You can find a lot more verbs inside the text that you can see in front of you. Adjectives. Do you remember what are the adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Okay, so it's a verb that describe a noun. For example, all numbers are adjectives. So if I say 13 years old, 13 is an adjective. Okay, what else? Favorite subjects. Subject is a noun. Favorite, this is a word that describes the noun. So favorite is an adjective because it describes the subjects. What else? We have a lot. Busy life. Busy is an adjective. And so on. You can go through the whole text. You'll find a lot of adjectives throughout the text. Okay. What else? He can ask you for prepositions. Do you remember the prepositions? In, on, at, by, next to, near, far. All of those are prepositions. For example, you can have near London in the second in the second line in the first paragraph. Near London, near is a preposition. At sports, at. By car, she goes by car with her mother. By is a preposition. All of those are prepositions, okay? So this is also something that is easy to find throughout your text. We have also adverbs. Adverbs are adjectives, but they adjectives that end in ly, and we use the adverbs to describe the verb, not the noun. The adjective describes the noun. The adverb describes the verb, and you will usually find it ending in ly. Okay? Here we don't have an adjective that ends in ly, but we have different kinds of adjectives. We're going to take them through Junior 4, which are the adverbs of frequency, like always, often, usually, sometimes, the keywords of the present simple. So you have here in the text a lot of them. You have, we have usually, I saw it somewhere. Sometimes you will find it in the 1 to 3rd paragraph. Third line from down, you have, and she sometimes has dinner with her father. The line below, the last line in the same paragraph, at weekends she always goes to her father's house. Always also an adverb. And we have a lot. If you look in the second paragraph, she always gets up at 7:30. This is also an adverb. So those are the main things and the easiest things that you can find from the text. While you're reading, you have to underline those words. Once you see a noun, underline the noun while reading. Once you see a verb, you can underline it, because of course you're going to write it and find from the text. If you saw an adjective, underline it. Adverb, preposition. Okay? So after you finish reading and underlining all of them, it's easy to write them directly in the answers of your text. Okay? I think now this is very clear, and now you can understand it well, so you can answer it next time you have a question find from the text in any comprehension.